Hello students, today we are going to do question number 12 from your textbook on page number 81. Here in this question, we are not given trial balance. Here we are given firm's final accounts, which includes trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet, which firm had prepared. But after preparation of it, the firm has found that the effects of some of the adjustments are not given, like interest on capital, depreciation on building, prepaid salary, interest on investment, bad debt reserve, and unrecorded credit purchase. So here we have to prepare new final account from the old one, which includes revised trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account to show true performance of the business, and new balance sheet to show true position of the business. So here in this question, you have to prepare revised trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account, partners capital account, and balance sheet as on 31st March 2017. Here first one in trading account is cost of goods sold. Means what is the cost of goods that firm has sold? It includes opening stock plus purchase of goods minus closing stock. It will be recorded on debit side of revised trading account as it is a direct expense related to goods. Now next is office expenses, which you will record on debit side of profit and loss account as it is an indirect expense which is not directly related to production. So it will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account, which is 80,000. Now next is showroom rent, which is 10,000, which firm is paying, and it is an indirect expense. So it will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account. Now next is packing expense, which is 12,000. It is an indirect expense related to sales because packing is needed when goods are ready for sale. So it will be written on debit side of profit and loss account under the heading of selling and distribution expense. Now next is bad debts, which is a loss for the firm since it is certain that firm is not going to receive rupees 8,000 from its debtor. So it's a kind of loss and it will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account. I have written it in inner column because it has related adjustment. Now next is advertisement expense, which is rupees 14,000. It is also an indirect expense related to sales of goods as advertisement is made to increase the sale. So being an indirect expense, it will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account under the heading of selling and distribution expense, as all indirect expenses are written on debit side of profit and loss account. Now next one is selling and distribution expenses, which is again an indirect expense, which is rupees 20,000, will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account. Now next one is financial expenses, which is rupees 6,000. Financial expenses are the expenses which are incurred for obtaining the finance or fulfilling our financial requirement. It can be in the form of interest on bank loan and interest on OD, bank overdraft, that is, etc. As it is an indirect expense which is not directly related to production, so it will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account. Here it is written financial expenses 6,000. Now next one is sundry expense, which is rupees 16,000, will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account. Then salary, which is rupees 8,000. Salary is also an indirect expense since it is given to employees who are involved in office and administrative work, and not directly related to production or factory. So it will be recorded in debit side of profit and loss account under the heading of administrative expense. Here I have written it in inner column because here we have to face one adjustment. Now next one is tax and insurance, which is rupees 2000, will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss account. Now in the question, next is given net profit of Dhara and Mira, which is 91,200 and 60,800. We will not record it anywhere since it is obtained without giving effect of some adjustments. Here, after giving effect of all the adjustment, we will find out new net profit. Now see the question again, and let's move on to the right hand side of trading account, that is credit side. Here first item is given sales, which is 7,84,000. It is a direct income which firm has received by selling its goods. So being a direct income, it will get position on the credit side of revised trading account. Now next one is sundry income, which is rupees 7,000. Being an indirect income, it will find position on the credit side of profit and loss account. Now next is bad debt recovered, which is rupees 1,000. Now what is this bad debt recovered? It is a payment which you receive for a debt that you thought would not be paid and have recorded as a loss in your accounts. But now, since it has recovered, so now it will be called bad debt recovered. Here, firm has received the payment for a debt which it thought would not be paid, but maybe because of improved financial position of debtor, now they are able to pay their debts to the firm. So it is a kind of income for the firm and will be recorded on credit side of profit and loss account. Now let's move on to the balance sheet, which is given in question. Here on liability side, capital of Dhara and Mira is given. But we will not write this balance on our new balance sheet because it shows the amount without calculating interest on capital. So here you will have to prepare partners capital account, wherein opening capital balance of partners will be recorded on credit side of partners capital account, as capital account always shows credit balance. So here opening capital balance of Dhara is 1,60,000 and opening capital balance of Mira is 1,20,000, which will be recorded on credit side of partners capital account. Now next we are given drawings in inner column in the balance sheet in question, which we will record on debit side of partners capital account, as drawings reduces the balance of capital. So it will be recorded on debit side of partners capital account, which is for Dhara it is 48,000 and Mira's drawing is 24,000. Here we are preparing partners capital account separately to find out the closing capital balance of each partner. Now next one is creditors, which is rupees 32,000. Here I have written it in inner column because here we have to face one adjustment. Creditors are liability to the firm since firm has to pay them in future for the goods which firm has purchased from them on credit transaction. Now next is bills payable, which is rupees 8,000. It is also a liability for the firm. It is a document made by creditors for the firm on the basis of which firm will have to pay money in future to its creditor for the purchase of goods on credit transaction. Now let's move on to the asset side of the balance sheet in the question. Here first one is given building, which is our fixed asset. So it is written under the heading of fixed asset. I have written it in inner column as depreciation on building is not provided for the current year. So here we have to face one adjustment. That's why I have written it in inner column. Now next is plant and machinery, which is rupees 20,000, which is again our fixed asset. So it will be recorded in balance sheet and in asset side. Again, furniture and investment is also our fixed asset. So it will be recorded in balance sheet. Now next heading is current asset, where cash balance, bank balance and bills receivable will appear. Here bills receivable is a document on the basis of which firm will receive money in future on the maturity date from its debtor for credit sale transaction. Now next one is debtors, which is rupees 56,000. I have written it in inner column because it has an adjustment. Now here I have recorded all fixed assets and current assets which were given in question in new balance sheet. Now let's move on to solve adjustment. Here first adjustment is 5% interest on capital is not calculated. It will have two effects. First effect will be in partner's capital account, as it is a transaction of partner with the partnership firm. Here we will record it in credit side of partner's capital account, as interest on capital is an income for the partner. So while recording in partner's capital account, we have to think from partner's perspective. If any amount is an income for the partner which he is receiving from its firm, then it will be recorded on credit side of partner's capital account. So here opening capital balance is 1,60,000 and 5% interest rate is given. So 5% of 1,60,000 we will get 8,000. And 5% of 1,20,000 is 6,000. So Dhara is receiving 8,000 from the firm and Meera is receiving 6,000 from the firm as interest on capital. Second effect of it will be on in profit and loss appropriation account. It will not be recorded on profit and loss account, as this is the transaction of firm with its partner, not with outsider. That's why it will be recorded in profit and loss appropriation account. Here it will be recorded in debit side of P&L appro account. For Dhara it is 8,000 and for Meera it is 6,000, and total of both this is 14,000. Here while recording in profit and loss appropriation account, we have to think from firm's point of view. If any amount is an expense for the firm which it is paying to its partner, then it will be recorded on debit side of profit and loss appropriation account. Now next adjustment is prepaid salary is of rupees 400. Here first effect will be deduction from salary, as it is not of current year. Salary paid for current year is rupees 8,000, but in adjustment it is given that prepaid salary, that means it is paid in advance for next year. And in financial statement, in profit and loss account, we record expenses of current year only, so we will deduct it from salary. By deducting, we will get 7,600 current year salary, that is 7,600, which is our expense. Now second effect of it would be on asset side in balance sheet under the heading of current asset. Here I have written prepaid salary rupees 400. Now how it is an asset? Because it is going to give future benefit to the firm, as in future firm need not incur this expense again. So we will write it as current asset. Now next adjustment is interest on investments not received rupees 800. Here first effect would be on credit side of profit and loss account, interest on investment which is rupees 800. As it is an income for the firm, here firm must have made investment on which the firm is supposed to get interest in current year, which is yet to be received. So here we will write it on credit side of profit and loss account as an income. Now second effect of it will be on asset side of balance sheet under the heading of current asset, receivable interest on investment rupees 800. As firm has not received it, it is receivable. The firm will receive it in future. So that's why it will come under the heading of current asset. So let's move on to the next adjustment. Sorry, I have missed out adjustment number 2. So first let's give effect of it. Second adjustment is 10% depreciation on building is to be provided. So here balance of building is 2,40,000. So 10% of 2,40,000 is 24,000. So we will deduct it, as depreciation reduces the value of asset. That's why we will deduct it. And in outer column we will get 2,16,000. That is the final amount of building during current year after providing depreciation. Now second effect of it would be on debit side of profit and loss account under the heading of other expenses and losses, since it is a non-cash expense for the firm. So DAP on building, we will write it here, 24,000. Now fifth adjustment is bad debt reserve of rupees 1,200 is to be maintained. That means out of debtors, firm has doubt that it will not be able to receive rupees 1,200. That's why firm is creating provision for it, which will reduce the debtors. That's why they will deduct rupees 1,200 as bad debt reserve from debtors. By subtracting it, we will get 54,800 as debtors. Second effect of it would be on debit side of profit and loss account. We will write it here. Yes, this will have the same effect as that of bad debts, because doubtful debt, if not paid, is as good as bad debt. So we have to make provision for the same. It is a kind of possible loss. So here we will write rupees 1,200 as bad debt reserve as per adjustment, which will bring us 9,200 in outer column. Now the last adjustment is credit purchase of rupees 1,600 is not recorded. So first effect, we will give it on debit side of revised trading account, as it is direct expense. So we will add it to cost of goods sold. It is 1,600, and in outer column we will get 4,65,600. Now second effect of it would be on liability side of balance sheet under the heading of current liabilities. As you know, when credit purchase increases, it will increase creditors, as firm will have to pay in future to the creditors for goods purchased. So it's a liability. So we will add it here, 1,600 unrecorded credit purchase, and in outer column we will get 33,600 as total creditors. Now we have recorded all the items in new final account of the firm, and we have given effects of all the adjustments. Now it's time to close the account. Now first we will close revised trading account. Here the firm has earned total direct income by way of sales that is 7,84,000, from which we will deduct all direct expenses. As firm's total direct income is more than firm's total direct expenses, so difference will appear in debit side, which is firm's gross profit. So here we will write total, that is 7,84,000. Credit side total is more, and difference, that is gross profit, 3,18,400, which will be transferred to profit and loss account. GP. Now here we will transfer gross profit on credit side of profit and loss account by trading account GP 3,18,400. So in this way, here we have found out gross profit and not net profit, because firm's indirect expenses is yet to be deducted. So here total of credit side is more than that of total of debit side, means firm's total income is more than that of firm's total expenses. So here we get net profit. So first we will write total of credit side is more here, so we will write it on both the sides, 3,27,200, and here we will get net profit, which is 1,26,400, which we will transfer to profit and loss appropriation account, P&L appro account, net profit. So we will write it on credit side of profit and loss appropriation account, which is 1,26,400. Now from this net profit, first firm distributed to its partner in a way of interest on capital, as it was mentioned in partnership deed. So after deducting it, the remaining balance will be divisible profit, which is 1,12,400. First write total, 1,26,400. Now this divisible profit will be distributed to its partner in the profit and loss sharing ratio of 3:2, which is given in question. So we will write here to capital account, as it will be transferred to partner's capital account, divisible profit. Dhara, she will get 67,440 and Meera will get 44,960. That means out of total divisible profit of 1,12,400, according to profit and loss sharing ratio 3:2, Dhara will get 67,440 and Meera will get 44,960. So it will be transferred on credit side of partner's capital account as profit increases the capital balance of partner, or partner is receiving it from firm. That's why it will appear on credit side of partner's capital account. So 67,440, in Meera's column 44,960. Now let's close partner's capital account. First we will close capital account of Dhara. So write total here, 2,35,440. So we will get closing capital balance on debit side, 1,87,440. 31st March 2017 to balance CT. Similarly, we will close capital account of Mira. Total is 1,70,960. And we will get closing capital balance of Mira on debit side. That is 1,46,960. So we will transfer it to balance sheet. As we have got closing capital balance of Dhara and Mira, 1,87,440 and 1,46,960. Total of both this is 3,34,400. Now our balance sheet will get tallied with the total amount of 3,76,000. So this was question number 12.